Yeah. Hi, I'm Steve Thompson, president of Emery Thompson Machine.
And I'm Christi Brown, vice president, of sales and marketing.
And that little sneezer was Sammy, and this is Stella. Hi, welcome. Welcome to a new year. This is 2023. I know we're not supposed to put dates on things, but I can't resist.
Yeah.
It's a new year. We get to start all over. The fun thing about Questions Answered is Christi doesn't know what I'm going to say, and I don't know what she's going to say. And sometimes they get pretty off the wall. So do you want me to start?
You always start.
This is as off the wall as you can get. I subscribe to a thing called Medscape. Don't try to get on it. You can't. Study says food dye red 40 can trigger bowel problems. How's that for an ice cream question?
Okay.
That's a good one. A common food dye found in candy, soft drinks, and some cereals known as Allura Red can lead to inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, and other health problems, research shows. Long-term ingestion of the dye disrupts the gut, causing serious changes that lead to a higher risk of colitis. The dye is also known, and the way I've known it, is FDC, Red Dye 40, or Red 40, and Food Red 17. It adds color and texture, and here's the key part, and is used to attract children, according to this press release. Red dye 40 attracts kids. Yellow attracts kids. Green attracts kids. Why are we having this discussion? This has been going on for the last 50 years or more that I've been making ice cream, that there are these dyes out there. There is no reason there should be any dye, artificial dye in any of your ice creams or your Italian ices. Yes, they brighten it up, but there are other ways to do it. The best way to do it is Green Mountain Flavors, and the president of the company is Stan Sitton. If you watch these videos, you've heard us talk about that before, who is making all natural dyes. I have also mentioned before that the Red Dye 40 substitute is concentrated beet juice. You know, the beets that everybody hates, nobody eats them. They're the reddest thing in nature, and they make a great red dye. Green Mountain Flavors has done this for other colors. But the main point here is if you're using artificial dyes, you're putting something into your ice cream that's going to make your customers sick, and you know, without me telling you, that you shouldn't have it in your ice cream. We want milk, cream, sugar, powdered skim milk, and really good flavoring. And that's it. Nothing else.
Good point. Some kids can't handle, certain dyes and stuff like that too. It's not a big deal, and it's kind of rare, but there are still a lot of kids out there that can't.
It's still not a good idea.
Yeah. So what do we do at our seminars? I get asked that, what do we do? What do we teach? Well, we go over an array of all kinds of things. So it's just like the many YouTube videos that you have seen. That's what we do. We teach you the ins and outs of the industry. We show you the machines, what they can do, how you can make great flavors and ices and gelatos, and then, of course, answer any questions that you have. We go over just about everything, and it's quite fun to watch Steve and Jeff yuck it up, and I get to be like a bobblehead in between the two of them and watch what's going on. It's always a great entertainment. So if you haven't ever attended one of our seminars and you're always sitting out there watching us, well, just give us a call. It's a brand new year, so we have 6 more classes coming up. The next one is on the 11th. We have maybe a few seats left, so if you're able to catch that because you're local, give us a call and we'll get you signed up. And if not, then go to our website and click on the tab Coming Events, and you'll see a list of the next rest of the Make It Fresh seminar dates.
And since these videos stay around forever, if we're doing what you just said in 2037, it'll still be in January and it'll still be in February.
No, well, at this moment, it's January and February.
Slightly different dates.
Yeah.
That'll get to my last question. My second question, I kind of got amusement out of this, so I won't mention the person's name because the answers seem very simple, but it's also very profound. The customer writes, "Quick question for you, and my apologies if it's on one of your videos. I couldn't find it. I have an issue with our batch freezer where the vanilla seems to be very yellow. Not sure what I'm doing wrong or if I'm losing overrun somehow. It's a 10% butterfat custard mix." Well, therein lies the answer. No, it's not the overrun. It's not the air content. It's that you say it's a custard mix. Custard, I looked up to be just absolutely certain. The Food and Drug Administration, which has its hand in absolutely everything, has a regulation that says that if you're going to call a product frozen custard, it has to have 1.4% by weight minimum amount of egg yolk, which comes from eggs, thus the yellow color. What 1.4% by weight means, I don't know, but I'm sure you can find someone who can look it up. But customer, the reason that your ice cream is looking yellow is because eggs are yellow, and it's as simple as that. Anyway, now you know. Custard is a different product from ice cream. If your custard isn't yellow, it's not custard.
It felt like that was an infomercial. If your custard's not yellow, it's not custard. This kind of plays off of Steve's Red Dye 40. When should I use a stabilizer? We always suggest that you don't. Once again, it is a unnatural ingredient. Stabilizers are not natural, but there are times when it is necessary, and we still prefer you not to. Stick with fresh if you can. When you make Italian ices, in example, you use fresh ingredients. It's going to last you for maybe 2 to 3 days, 4 if you're really lucky, depending on what product it is and how cold you keep it in your chest freezer or hardening cabinet. But if you're doing events and things like that where you need to make a massive bulk, or if you are doing wholesale, or even if you don't make it yourself and you purchase wholesale, those are the people that are using stabilizers. And you'll notice when you go to scoop it and your product doesn't melt like at all. That is a good sign that has stabilizer in it. So when should you? Never. But if you do, go ahead and use it for events, or if you want to start wholesaling, because that's the way to keep it preserved the longest.
Okay. Like I said, you never know what you're going to get out of
here we go.
Here we go again. Vincent wrote in, I know him as Vinny. You said your machines last 40 years. If I buy one today, can I count on you in 39 years to answer my questions? 39 years. Okay, that'll be 108.
Yeah.
Me. I'd say, yeah, that's doable. My father lived to be 100. My mother lived to be 96. So 108 with today's medicine, yeah, I'll be here. But even if I'm not, it does bring up an interesting point. The lineage of Emery Thompson goes on for so long. We've been here this month, 119 years, started by Emery Thompson. No, it wasn't 2 lawyers who got together, Emery and Thompson. That was his name, Emery Thompson. Then it was run by my father, Ted, and my uncle, Emery Thompson Jr. I came along, and I've been running it for a large number of years. Over Christmas, my son, daughter-in-law, and their new baby just came to visit. So there's 2 more generations.
So
You've
cute.
got Scott Thompson coming along, and then little Teddy T. Teddy Thompson will be, I think I figured out, will be the fifth generation of Emery Thompson people running the place.
He's so stinking cute too, little Teddy T. He's a cutie.
He's a little too small to wield a welding iron right now, but that'll come along.
Slade can show him.
And by the way, his name is Teddy Thompson. He was named after my father, who was also Teddy Thompson, and the 2 of them are named after Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, the President of the United States, so far back when I couldn't even tell you the date. I think maybe 1919. Anyway, that's a lot of Thompsons that are going to be around to assist you for that 40 years and beyond. And even if they weren't there, we still have Christi here who, you're 19, right? So she's got a lot of years to go. So there'll always be someone here to assist you. Don't worry. Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Or as Paula says, don't worry your pretty little head about it.
Yeah, that's right. That's Southern.
My last one is should I have custom pints? My last one.
Yeah, what would you say after that?
Should I have?
Oh, okay.
Should I have custom pints or just stickers on my cups or bowls, whichever product I'm purchasing for my store?
Good question.
I think that's a personal choice. I always suggest not to start off with that because you need to keep your costs low. You don't want to go into getting your pretty cups and your pretty hats and your pretty t-shirts and all of this fancy stuff when you're not trying to attract people. People aren't going to taste your cups. They're not going to taste your shirts. They're going to taste your product. So let's focus to keep all of your money where it needs to be, and that's in your product. Later down the road, if you're going to start to get bigger or, you're getting more comfortable in your finances, then definitely go with, the stickers or the cup. Stickers is always, the more cheaper option and the more cost-effective way. But if you want to do the custom cups and the stickers, go for it. We know a couple of people that do great designs for either one of those. So if you want to just shoot me an email, Christi at emerythompson.com, I can get you in touch with some people. They're really, really sweet guys, and they'll do what they can to help. But I think that's it. Mike said 30 seconds, and we got to call it over.
To say.
Well, we got to end it.
I wanted to talk about Gen Z and Gen X. Doesn't Gen Z or Gen X sound like a gas additive?
Yeah, it reminds me of the movie Fifth Element.
Oh, okay. Next week. Stay tuned. We'll see you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye.